Hello.
Hi.
Week 17 of lockdown. Can you believe it? Where have you been?
Well, I'm sure you all noticed our public were
They were
hammering our door.
They were.
That we didn't post on Monday. That was because we had a bit of a kerfuffle on Sunday night.
It's enough of that.
My poor wee mum had a lot of heart pain and we ended up, she was admitted to hospital.
Yeah.
So it has all been a bit of a mad week, making sure she's still in hospital and just making sure my dad...
But not in any pain or anything?
No, they're doing tests
Yeah.
to find out what the problem is. And so it's been between going to hospital and making sure my dad, who is 92, that he's eating and doing all that he is supposed to be doing. And so it's been a bit of a...
It has, and you got your
week.
hair coloured.
Well, in the middle of all of that,
You did.
I managed to get the hair coloured
But
and even managed to get your
You
hair.
did. You gave me a wee shave this morning.
So it's really funny just getting my hair coloured. I noticed a friend of ours, Leanne Sale in Aberdeen, had posted on Facebook today. I mightn't be quoting it exactly right, but it was "look to your roots," and then she put, "ladies, not your hair roots." So because I just had my hair done, it made me smile. But with looking after Mummy and Daddy this last few days and just talking to them about all that's going on with them, it just made me again so grateful for my roots. And I hear them talking to one another because Mum was frustrated the tests weren't coming through and Dad's encouraging her to trust the Lord.
She wanted to make a break for it.
Well, she did. I was a wee bit afraid that she was going to do a breakout from hospital.
Just discharge herself and walk home.
But Dad calmed her down. But she, it's just lovely to hear their conversations with each other, encouraging each other in the Lord. And it makes me realise what amazing roots that I have. Now, having said that, I think you can have amazing roots, but then you need to tend to the roots in your own life. But it's just wonderful to have that heritage of faith, of actually also they continually express their thanks to God for His goodness in their lives, even when they're going through pretty hard times. So it is an amazing heritage.
I remember the very first prophetic word that I received in public. I've been to very few charismatic meetings, and I went to hear a man called Sandy Thompson in Lisburn, and he picked me out and he said, "There's been a man in your past," and he said he's still there, but he's ploughed the ground where you are now, and he's still praying for you. And of course I knew instantly it was Priscilla's dad, who when I was a young man in our Brethren Assembly, he took me under his wing and took me preaching and sort of showed me the ropes and give me some pointers about how to preach so I took my first faltering steps as a preacher under the tutelage of Jimmy. In fact, although part of the problem was that you had to marry his eldest daughter.
Problem? No. That was the bonus.
That was the bonus you got, and I did exactly that. That's a joke. But again, it made us, and we had our grandchildren up last week, and that was fantastic. But it made us realise and think again about whose ground are we ploughing now? And we certainly have ploughed a lot of ground over the years, haven't we? And the good thing is that some people are reaping a harvest for it today. But I still want to actually look and think to myself, well, Lord, there's still a bit of ploughing left in me, and I want to plough some ground, plant some seed that actually I won't ever see the harvest of. They say, it's an old African proverb, it goes something like this: it's a wise man or woman who plants a tree knowing that they will never sit under its shade.
Well, that's really good.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Somebody else will benefit because of what we do now. And I think there's another old saying, and it's this, that fruit is temporary. It's here today, but seed is permanent. And God determines fruit. Bible says God gives the increase, says in Corinthians, but we all get to plant a seed. And I think that really encourages me that there isn't anybody who can't plant a seed in someone's life.
And also then just thinking about generations and being grandparents and the joy of reconnecting with our grandchildren again, then it is, we want to sow into their lives as well for the next generation. I appreciate so much what has been sown into mine, and how that has given me a stability in my life and in my Christian walk as well. And so we want to be able to sow into their lives, and that is, it's a responsibility, but it's wonderful.
Incredible privilege,
and
isn't it?
I think the Bible constantly underlines that, especially in the Old Testament. It keeps saying to Israel, pass this on to your children and your children's children. Keep telling them the stories of God's faithfulness
And
in your life.
deliverance.
And actually, that's what Mum and Dad have done for us. I mean, they have been through so much. My dad has had long spells in hospital when he was a young man and whenever I was born. And they have so many stories of God's faithfulness and of his provision and of his goodness in their lives. And so it's about telling those stories over and over again to our grandchildren to keep remembering, because I think we've always been amazed as we've talked to some people and heard their histories, how that within a generation, even people who had a great heritage in Christianity can not know anything about it within one generation.
And we don't want to be the generation that actually stops and then the next generation loses it. That someone might say down the line, maybe one of my grandchildren, I think my papa was some sort of a minister or pastor. You it's not that you want to simply tell your story, but you want to tell them the story about Jesus, what you gave your life for, and so we get this opportunity to do that. So listen, sow a seed over these few days, and we'll talk to you again on Friday. God
Take
bless
care
you.
of your roots.
Yeah, exactly. Bye.